Good Monday morning, Jaguars. It is me, Mr. Krieger, and I am here with my very good friend in second grade, Renee. Wave to the camera, Renee. And we have just completed an all-school write on our career day that happened last Thursday. Look at, here is my sheet that I wrote. I didn't have my journal with me, but Renee, show them how much you wrote here. And at Mr. Castor's room, they were sharing back and forth what it was that they had written, and they were kind of making some revisions to what they written. It's very, very exciting. But I wanted to have Renee read what she wrote. So take a listen to what Renee wrote about after Career Day.
I learned that police officers do some things that I never knew. Like they have to do reports on people, like if someone stole something from you. It's like sometimes we have to do a report on someone or something. I also learned about a photographer and what they do. Mr. Halverson is one. He takes photos of nature and people.
Yeah, we found out that Mr. Halverson has another hidden talent as a great photographer here. He was one of our Career Day presenters as well. And Renee, I wrote about some similar things too, because in mine, I saw like 9 different high school students. I saw students from Marshall Middle School, and I met over 16 community presenters who came in and talked about how they use writing. And I was reminded of how all of these groups use writing within their work to be successful. And like the welder, I listened to a welder today. He talked about how he has to make a plan and he has to write that plan out. I listened to a judge who has to write every day before he goes into a court. I learned that nurses have to write plans, and those plans help keep patients safe and help them get better and how important they are. But with all of the writing, I don't think one type of writing was more important than the other. But they were all needed to do what we're supposed to do, or whatever it is you want to do in your life. It was a pretty cool day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, one of the things, you were part of this, I was part of this, like Mr. Castor's class was so quiet. I was just kind of in the moment. I was listening to Frozen, one of my favorite theme songs from a movie ever. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just, what's the Let It Go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just let my writing go, and I produced a whole page. Were you pretty proud of what you've written?
Yeah.
How do you think writing's going for you? Are you becoming a better writer at Jefferson?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think you're getting better at?
Like writing more.
The length of your writing? Yeah. Do you get as tired writing now as you used to?
A little bit.
Yeah, you still get tired. It's tough work, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you did a very nice job, and I know that the rest of your class did a wonderful job too, because I was listening to some of the stuff that they had written as well. Should we get to some birthdays?
Yeah.
Because we've got a number of them, and we're going to start with birthdays that happened yesterday. Charlie Peterson in Miss Lorson's class yesterday turned 9. Happy birthday, Charlie. Today, there are 2 birthdays. Jackson Lear in Mrs. Brunker's class is turning 10, and Ryan Rosborough Webley in Mrs. Fisher's class is turning 9 today. Karma Richmond tomorrow turns 5. She is in Mrs. O and Mrs. Lavelle's class, as well as Marshall Johnson, who turns 5 tomorrow in Mrs. O and Mrs. Lavelle's class. On Thursday this week, Logan Barr has a birthday in Mrs. Anderson's class. He's going to be 7. And Jocelyn Powell is going to turn 9 on Friday in Mrs. Lorson's class. And finally, on Saturday, AJ Kirshner in Miss Lex's class is going to be celebrating his 6th birthday. There's some stuff happening that's pretty important next week, Jaguars. On Monday, there's a performance from the Marshall Middle School Choir at 10:30. Our 3rd graders are going on a field trip to Blackhawk Technical College on Tuesday starting at about 9 o'clock. And then on Friday, our 5th graders have a field trip to Midway Village. And there's also a 4th grade science fair, and all the classes are invited to come to the auditorium and see what science projects our 4th graders have created coming up this Friday. Renee, is there anything else you want to share about writing before we end with the creed?
No.
Should we just say the creed? All right. Jaguars, you can join in with me if you would like. Here we go, Renee. I am a unique and important student at Jefferson Elementary. I believe in myself and my ability to work with others, persevere, learn, and keep others safe. I am a Jefferson Jaguar, and I am ready to succeed. Nice job, Renee. Give me 5. Have a great week, Jaguars. Bye.